Hello, family. Hello, beauties. Hello there. Welcome to another episode of The Eden's Gem. It's good to be here again with you, and I hope you've been able to listen to the previous episodes. So today I have something up my sleeve. But before I do that, I need to ask you, have you subscribed? I know people have been mentioning that they couldn't comment or hit the notification button. So we've worked on that. And I hope that this episode you're able to do that. But before I go in, I want to give some special thanks to Blessed Production, the production behind this. If you know me, I'm not techie at all. And so we will give you more information on how to connect with them if you need any production going on. I also want to give a special shout out to my executive producer, Pastor Marilyn. So, shout out to them. These two companies, Pastor Marilyn, also have a business called Eyes Have Not Seen, and I hope you get to check them out. So, if I have to talk about sponsors, I would say these two organizations are what is sponsoring the Eden's Gem. All right. So, we'll link their information and then you can check it out. Last time we talked about what is or who is an Eden's gem. And the other thing also that we've been talking about is this podcast. And people have been reaching out and asking me, are you on Apple, Spotify? What other platforms are you using for this podcast? And so today I want to kind of clarify that a little bit. The Eden's Gem, eventually, as we wanted it to be a podcast, but for now, we want to get it well integrated into the Beauties of Eden community, or these days they talk about branding. So, what we've decided to do is use our Beauties of Eden YouTube channel and upload a YouTube video every Monday. So for now, it's not on any podcast platform. It's YouTube videos that we do upload every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. So that's when you can catch us. All right, let's roll. We talk about who is an Eden's gem. Last time we gave some qualifications and things like that. But for the next few episodes, I really want us to look at what a gem is. And gem basically is a short form for a gemstone. So we're going to look in the next few episodes and define what a gemstone is, the process of getting gemstone, and why it is such a high priced commodity. But this week, during my research, I came across a poem that I thought it's the perfect segue to lead us into this particular episode. All right. So I'm going to be looking at my screen here because it's a pretty lengthy poem, maybe an essay that I couldn't have memorized. So here we go. I'm going to read it and then we'll talk about it. Is that okay with you? I hope so. So this particular poem, or I believe it's an essay, is by a woman called Ursula Le Guin. And the title of it is Being Taken for Granite. You know, there's a saying, being taken for granted. That means when somebody kind of looks down on you and abuses you in such a way, maybe with their words, with their actions. But she titles this Being Taken for Granite. And here we go. Sometimes I'm taken for granite. Everybody is taken for granite sometimes, but I'm not in a mood for being fair to everybody. I am in a mood for being fair to me. I'm taken for granite quite often, and this troubles and distresses me because I'm not granite. I'm not sure what I am, but I know it isn't granite. I have known some granite types. We all do. Characters of stone, upright, immovable, unchangeable, opinions, the general size, shape, and pliability of the Rocky Mountains. You have to query 5 years to chip out one little stony smile. I love that expression, right? People that are very stoic, and you have to literally query for a long time before you can get a smile from them. That's fine. That's admirable. But it has nothing to do with me. Upright is fine, but downright is where I am, or down wrong. I'm not granite and should not be taken for it. I'm not flint or diamond or any of that great hard stuff. If I'm stone, I'm some kind of shoddy, crumbly stuff like sandstone or serpentine or maybe schist. Or not even stone, but clay. Or not even clay, but mud. And I wish that those who take me for granite would once in a while treat me like mud. There's some key words here that the author is penning that I want us to pay attention to, all right? Because at the end of the day, this episode is for us to identify who we are. And so the title is Granite, Mud, or Gemstone. And I believe that there is a place for each one, but we have to know which one we are. Being mud, she continues, is really different from being granite and should be treated differently. Mud lies around being wet and heavy and oozy and generative. Mud is underfoot. People make footprints in mud. As as mud, I accept feet, I accept weight, I try to be supportive, I like to be obliging. Those who take me for granite say this is not so, but they haven't been looking where they put their feet. That's why the house is all dirty and tracked up. Granite does not accept footprints, it refuses them. Granite makes pinnacles, and then people rope themselves together and put pins on their shoes and climb the pinnacles at great noble expense and risk. And maybe they experience a great thrill, but the granite does not. Nothing whatsoever results and nothing whatever is changed. Huge, heavy things come and stand on granite, and the granite just stays there and doesn't retract, and doesn't give way, and doesn't adapt, and doesn't oblige. And when the huge, heavy things walk away, the granite is there just the same as it was before, just exactly the same, admirably. To change the granite, you have to blow it up. But when people walk on me, you can see exactly where they put their feet. And when huge, heavy things come and stand on me, I yield and react and respond and give way and adapt and accept. No explosive are called for. No admiration is called for. I have my own nature and I'm true to it just as much as granite or even diamond is. But it is not a hard nature or upstanding or gem like. You can't chip it. It's deeply impressionable. It's squashy. Maybe the people who rope themselves together and the huge heavy things resent such adaptable and uncertain footing because it makes them feel insecure. Maybe they fear they might be sucked in and swallowed. But I'm not interested in sucking and I'm not hungry. I am just mud. I yield. I try to oblige, and so when the people and the huge heavy things walk away, they are not changed, except their feet are muddy. But I'm changed. I'm still here and still mud, but all full of footprints and deep, deep holes and tracks and traces and changes. I have been changed. You change me. Do not take me for granite. Isn't that a beautiful description? You know what are the things that I pulled out of this particular essay poem? Is that the author is not confused about their identity. The author knows what she is and what she's not. And the author is able to clearly communicate what she is and what she's not. The author is able to distinctly clarify, and describe the difference between a granite, a diamond, and a mud. And you know what these three categories are? The mud, obviously mushy, squishy. The granite, something that is strong and firm. And the diamond, which is a gemstone, something that is valued, high priced, and highly desired. But my takeaway is that sometimes it's difficult to change the granite. And sometimes the granite has no say. But the mud, after it has encountered people, there is a transformation. So, Eden's gem, my question to you today is, I pray that you will go back and listen to this, or you will look for this essay or poem. You can Google it up, read it, and sit down with it and let it speak to you so that you can know what your identity is, who you are. You don't look down on other people, but you just know that you're different. And for me, that is the true mark of a gemstone. And in the next episode, we're going to look at the qualities of a gemstone. All right? So that's it for today. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. There is more gems to come from this Eden's garden. God bless you, and looking forward for us to engage some more. God bless.